Hello, my name's Buster.
And my name's Boots.
And welcome back to the Beam AI Racing Series for Race 1.
Yes, the qualifying's been done, the times have been set, and the grid has been decided.
Exactly, so I can't wait to get this started. This is the first ever race, a knockout race on the new track.
Yes, we've got all 8 vehicles here, and it's going to be fun to see how they get on. We saw that Elias in the Wendover managed to hit the best time of 1 minute 4.
Yeah, he did. He managed to get a good time. Unfortunately, Abdul in the 200 BX had some issues, but he set the slowest time, unfortunately. That puts him at the back of the pack.
Yes, so it's going to be interesting to see if Abdul can make his way through the pack to avoid being eliminated.
Yes, of course, because the person who finishes last in each heat gets eliminated.
Yeah, unfortunately, there has to be a car, there has to be a winner, so there has to be a vehicle eliminated at the end of each heat.
We're ready to go, we're getting to kick this off. Elias in pole position in the Wendover pulls away.
Yeah, so now we have to see now, will Abdul be able to make up some spaces? Look at Abdul, he's flown straight over XOAce in the Marshal and has hit Oblique MD in the back of the van and has set him into a roll.
Yes, that did. So he's gone for a roll. Now, can he recover? That's the question. We've got a replay here. You can see slow motion. He rolls over XOAce's roof and just hits Oblique MD in the back of that van.
Yes, she fell over.
Exactly. Yes, so Abdul's fallen over. So let's see if it...
Whoa! Flames coming out of the back of Tobias Pessima Mark 1. Battling for first position. You can see Tobias and Elias fighting for first position.
Meanwhile, Dancehall Gamer in the Mark II Pessima has been spun out. It's all just going crazy.
Yes, all just now has just been spun out by Jay Rintle in the Roma. And then he gets hit by another passing vehicle.
There's just so much going on. So Tobias now is in first position in the Mark I Pessima, followed by Elias in the Wendover. Meanwhile, XOAce is flying. Oh dear, yeah, so Oblique MD is kind of all over the shop, and so is XOAce as they're trying to regain control. Meanwhile, Jay Rintle in the Roma is trying to overtake and trying to push the Wendover out of the way, driven by Elias, who originally had pole position.
Well, that's a close one. Yes, so Abdul in the 200 is still going, and Tobias has just crossed the line for the end of lap 1.
Yeah, so the Wendover, oh my goodness, what's happened here? So the Wendover, oh my goodness, so Tobias in the Mark 1 is just, replay here. So you can see that the Wendover, driven by Elias, hits Tobias in the back and sets him flying into a roll. And meanwhile, Jay Rintle's in the back and knocks the back of the Wendover. So, oh my goodness, what's going to happen here? Now, the question is, oh my goodness, so the Wendover gets spun out as well.
Meanwhile, there's an overtake. So XOAce manages to overtake the van, the H-Series, driven by Oblique MD.
Meanwhile, August is still flying and doing well in the LeGran wagon, and Dancehall Gamer now crosses the line in the Mark II. Oh my goodness, we haven't had oh my goodness, I was just about to...
Yes, you were wrong there. We've finally had a T-bone. So Abdul now in the 200 hits Oblique MD in the side in the van. So I'm on board now with Abdul. So Abs, what are you doing? Abdul has just hit the side of the H-Series, so that sent Oblique MD into a spin, and also Abdul. So Abdul's trying to make up some grid positions, because of course if he stays in last position, he will be eliminated. Yes, so we don't have the Kashira rolling all over the place this time, so we have to see some other rolls.
Yes, you're right. So, okay, so the Wendover's still going well, driven by Elias. So, losing control.
Yes, we were talking about this before, weren't we?
Yes, we were. So this is an interesting track because the transition between the tarmac to the dirt, I think we saw that cause some people some trouble.
Yes, in the qualifying, it was the transition between the low grip surface to the high grip.
Wait a minute. Jay Rintle has just crossed. First position has gone to Jay Rintle in Heat 1.
Oh no, another. Oh dear. So they don't call, I think it was the Disastrous, the H-Series the Disastrous, driven by Oblique MD, is now got into some more trouble and has managed to catch the LeGran, driven by Orgis, in the side. Oh my goodness, that's squished. It squished the front right-hand side of the LeGran.
Yeah, so can these two vehicles recover? That's the question. It looks, oh dear. So Orgis has gone flying, I'm afraid, is flying off the track. Now, can he recover? That's the question, because that looks like going to be quite a feat to try to recover.
Well, there you go. Oh, very nice. So Abdul in the 200BX is still going and manages to pass Oblique MD in the van. Meanwhile, Dancehall Gamer now seems to be staying out of some trouble in the Mark II. So let's see if he can manage to finish.
Oh dear, a bit more of a battle going on between these two. Okay, Dancehall Gamer crosses the line. Meanwhile, Oblique MD in the H series and Abdul in the 200BX are having a battle here. So now, the good thing for Abdul in the 200BX now is that he might be last of the running vehicles, but I believe there are 2 vehicles that have been incapacitated.
The H series crosses the line and the 200BX crosses the line.
Okay, brilliant. So the Roma driven by Jay Rintel is in first position. We have 2 vehicles that did not finish. That's the Pessima Mark 1 and the LeGran wagon. So it's time now for a tiebreaker.
Original grid positions.
Yes, exactly. Original grid positions because, of course, unfortunately, there has to be someone to be knocked out. So now is the decider. Here we go.
Yep, so we're starting the tiebreaker. So Tobiah in the Pessima Mark 1, which was looking really impressive at the beginning of the race. But he seems to have had some trouble, and there was some contact between a few different vehicles which had set him off. And also, the LeGran got hit, of course, by the H-Series, which put that out of commission.
Yes, exactly. So it's just interesting to see what's going to happen now. These 2 vehicles are quite evenly matched. But of course, Tobiah in the Mark 1 has the benefit of setting that better time in the qualifying, which put it further up the pack.
Yeah, exactly. So now it's time. Now, this is a difficulty with this transition, of course, between the dirt and the tarmac. The question, both these vehicles are front-wheel drive, so it's probably going to be a bit easier for these 2 when they go across to the dirt and back again.
Yeah, so I think we're about to pass, of course, the Tree of Wisdom.
And a pothole. Yes, a pothole. The Tree of Wisdom. Yeah, so we shall ask the Tree of Wisdom if we have any questions and or get stuck with anything.
Yes, we will. We shall go to the Tree of Wisdom with questions if need be. Okay, so after the end of first lap, Tobiah in the Mark 1 Pessima.
Oh dear. Abdul, you've left your bumper on the track. What's going on with that? So the 200BX's bumper is still on the track.
Yeah, it is still on the track. Oh dear, it's still on the track. Yep, but luckily they both missed that, because we have seen this in the past where we've had the vehicles leaving bits and bobs.
Who's Bob?
I don't know. Parts, then, on the track that have caused some trouble with other vehicles getting caught in their wheels and in their arches.
Yes. So, oh dear. So the LeGran is struggling in all that dirt kicked up by Tobias. So August in the LeGran wagon is trying to get navigate through all that dirt being flung up.
Yeah, so he really needs to now. Okay, so August really needs to try and pass Tobiah in the Mark 1 if he wants to stay in. I'm afraid that's, as we say, unfortunately, someone has to be knocked out.
Tree of Wisdom. We shall consult the Tree of Wisdom for any of our needs.
Well, you can if you like, but I shall stay here. If you would like to talk to the Tree of Wisdom, you're welcome to.
So, Tobiah passes the second lap, and that means, unfortunately, our first vehicle eliminated is August in the LeGran.
Well done, well done. Unfortunately, someone has to be knocked out, but don't worry, there will be more races, and I can't wait to see you involved, August. Hopefully you'll choose another car and do better.
Yes, so now it's time to start Heat 2 with 7 vehicles. So Jay Rintel is in first position. Here we go.
Yep, followed by XOAce in the Marshal, Wendover, the Mark II, the van, the 200BX. Doing my best trying to get it.
Oh my goodness, what's going on there? So the 200BX was underneath the van for a second. So Abdul is now in second to last. So this is what, 6th position?
Now Abdul's in 7th position.
You're getting so excited you can barely get your words out.
Yes, well, that does happen sometimes, you know. I'm doing my best to keep up with all this action. It's very... So the question is now, whoa, this is a sideways. The 200BX is sideways driven by Abdul. I don't know if he can try... He really needs to try to get out of the last position. Otherwise, he has the risk of being eliminated.
Meanwhile, Jay Rintel in the big, powerful V8, the muscle V8, is in first position.
Abdul calmly passes the police.
So XOAce, maybe XOAce wants to be behind. Oh, you can hear the V8 of XOAce's V8.
Oh, there you go, passed. Oh dear. So the 200BX is again in 7th position and needs to try to move up the pack with the risk of, or there is a risk of being eliminated.
Okay, the Wendover and a Mark II are battling it, and the Roma also is involved. Oh no! There was a bit of a dirty driving by Dancehall Gamer in the Mark II Pessima, and he just pushes the Wendover, driven by Elias, pushes the Wendover into the side, the gantry, the side of the start. Oh, there we go, a little bit of a graphic there to show you what happened, because I think the front right-hand side wheel has, the axle has been totally snapped, so it looks like the Wendover, driven by Elias, has got some trouble.
Okay, so meanwhile, the Roma's still driving the 200BX, a lovely jump there by Abdul. Now he gets to... Oh, okay, yeah, so Abdul was in last position and has now managed to pass the two vehicles there, which means now that I think he's in 5th position. So that means if he can hold that position and if the two vehicles can't move, we will need a tiebreaker.
Yep, so another V8. Oh, crafty hit there by Dancehall Gamer in the Mark II Pessima. But, oh, here we go. Yeah, so it looks like Elias in the window is having some trouble. I think the front left or front right wheel has been buckled and he can't move.
Meanwhile, the Pessima is again having a bit of a battle with the Marshal. So XO Ace in the Marshal and Tobiah in the Mark I Pessima seem to have a bit of a rivalry. Meanwhile, okay, there's been an overtake, so that means that...
Oh dear, Abdul's rolled again. So we've got, okay, replay it. So he lands and bounces up a bit too much on one side. So maybe he's got wonky suspension because one side was bouncier than the other.
May well be. We don't know. These vehicles are going for a lot of... it's been a bit of a challenge for these vehicles. I mean, the engineering is being pushed to its limit.
She fell over.
Yes, that's very true. The car rolled. Okay, meanwhile, we've got a lot going on here. It's hard to keep up with what's going on. So, Jamin's in the Roma's still running.
Oh no! Oh dear, okay, so Oblique MD in the van plus XO Ace in the Marshal has hit the Wendover because it looks like the Wendover has been incapacitated.
Meanwhile, the Mark II, driven by Dancehall Gamer, has just overtaken the H series.
Well done, another V8 powerhouse showing us how it's done. Oh dear, meanwhile, the 200BX has spun out again.
The Roman's still running and has passed the lap. Passed to end for the last lap. It's now completed. So I think Jay Rintle in the Roma is in 1st position.
Oh, you were wrong then. So many other cars have already crossed the line. Meanwhile, the Wendover seems to be incapacitated. So if the Wendover, driven by Elias, is the only vehicle incapacitated, that means that there won't need to be a tiebreaker and it will be the Wendover that is eliminated.
Yes, meanwhile, the 200BX is barely holding on, driven by Abdul. He's now crossed the line, so that means that he is safe. The 200BX is safe as he hits the Roma. Okay, the Wendover now is incapacitated. Oh dear, here we go.
Are you guys ready for this? So we have our qualified safety expert, Derek, in his pickup truck. He's now come to help Elias in his Wendover.
Derek, please don't cause too much trouble because we're not fully insured, so we don't want you to damage the car. Be very delicate, please.
Yeah, well, let's see how... I'm sure Derek will be fine. He is a professional, and I'm sure we can trust Derek to not damage the Wendover in any shape or form.
I do hope so. So let's see as delicately... So the Wendover is still trying to move, so let's see how... Okay.
Delicately done. Here we go. Derek is carefully hooking onto the back of the Wendover to take the Wendover into the pit lane where all the eliminated vehicles will go.
Nicely done, very delicately done. Yeah, we don't want to damage Elias's car. We do our best. I'm sure we will do our best here.
Oh dear, he's missing a rear right wheel, and of course the front. Because I think that in that replay that we saw, when it was a Mark II Pessima driven by Dancehall Gamer had pushed the Wendover driven by Elias into the side of the start position, the start spot.
Yeah, so I think what happened was that barrier that the Wendover hit just completely buckled the wheel, so it was incapacitated, unfortunately. But again, I'm afraid it is very... What is he doing? He's getting himself into all sorts of trouble here, trying to pull the Wendover into like the pit where... Oh dear, it's all going wrong. It's all going wrong.
Oh dear, so what do we talk about whilst we're waiting for these guys to sort everything out?
I don't know. The weather? Lovely weather. It's been very nice actually for March.
Yeah, I've got like a nice tan. So I was in the Bahamas, like I said, but I've managed to... What? Derek, what have you done?
Oh dear, we can't trust Derek with anything. What is he doing? Derek, stop! Oh dear. I don't know why Derek did that. Oh dear. We're going to get complaints, I'm sure. I think Derek was trying to stop the Wendover from...
Oh, be professional. I'm trying. Okay, so Derek was trying to stop the Wendover from revving up high, but unfortunately that's the Wendover driven by Ulysses, the second car eliminated.
Yeah, so it's Heat 3, 6 vehicles. We're about to get started. Now, the H series, driven by BeamNG, is in first position, followed by XOAce in the Marshal, Tobias in the Mark II, Dancehall Gamer in the Mark... No, sorry, the other way around.
Get it right. I know there's two Pessimas, but you keep getting confused.
I am getting confused. So Tobias in the Mark 1 Pessima, followed by Dancehall Gamer in the Mark 2 Pessima, Jay Rintel in the Roma, which is spinning out now the Mark 2, and meanwhile, head on. So Abdul in the 200BX is now, I think he's moved up, because you think if Abdul's in last position, that means that Abdul in the 200BX will be eliminated.
Beautiful jump by Jay Rintel, beautiful jump by Abdul in the 200BX, and a beautiful jump by Dancehall Gamer in the Mark 2 Pessima.
Almost losing control there, because of course that dirt is very slippery.
It is. You need mixed tyres, because you can't go with off-road tyres, because you've of course got the tarmac section, so it's kind of a tough one.
Yeah, but I think... Oh no! Oh look, he's gone again! Oh dear. Oh my goodness. Oh dear, it's all going wrong. So the 200BX is having some trouble, but...
Look, even I will say it's a valiant effort, because the 200 we saw in the qualifying kept spinning out. And so, trying to get my words right here, but it's a valiant effort. The fact that the Abdul in the 200BX has managed to hold the position just up from the eliminating position.
I get what you're trying to say. It's a valiant effort here. Now the question is can Abdul win the 200BX? Can Abdul escape another heat of elimination?
Now, time will tell. That's an interesting replay. So up in front, you've got the H series driven by BeamNG and the Marshal driven by XOAce having a battle.
Oh my goodness! Look at Tobias go in the Mark 1 Pessima. So that is underpowered, but look at him go. Look at this.
Oh my goodness! What a jump! Dancehall Gamer in the Mark 2 does a good jump. Meanwhile, Tobias in the Mark 1 is fighting XOAce in the Marshal. It looks like, oh no, he's spinning out again. Abdul, what's going on? You've spun out again. Come on.
So, meanwhile, it's still going crazy. Up in the front of the pack, there's a big battle going on, or big hit onto the Roma by the Mark II. Oh no, okay, so the rivalry between the Mark 1 Pessima, driven by Tobias, and the Marshal, driven by XOAce, has been really interesting. They've been battling each other and overtaking each other quite a lot. So now the Marshal has managed to pull away from Tobias in the Mark 1.
Yes, because you need a V8, you need a powerhouse, and XOAce is a powerhouse with the V8, and also a BeamNG in the van. They've both got V8, so I don't think Tobias, with respect, has any chance.
Now you say that, but oh dear, we missed this replay here. So Dancehall Gamer has crashed into the back of Jay Rintel's Roma, another V8. Yeah, that's right, another V8. So I don't know what's going on here. There's been a collision here. And it looks like Dancehall Gamer is giving it his all and fighting. It's like a David versus Goliath situation.
Meanwhile, the 200BX is having all sorts of trouble again. It looks like a ute.
Okay, Tobias passed the line. So as I was about to say before the replay, is don't underestimate Tobias in the Mark 1 Pessima.
Yeah, but it's a hairdryer.
Oh, here we go again. You and your hatred for small engines. But it's nicely balanced, and I think it's doing quite well against the bigger vehicles. Meanwhile, the 200BX is still going, but I think that means...
Sorry, Abdul, it was a valiant effort, and I know you've had it. It's been up against you the whole time with the qualifying, and you've had some trouble holding traction and spinning out, but it's a valiant effort. Past the Tree of Wisdom, but I will give it to you. It's been a valiant effort. It's been tough for the little 200BX, but I think past those potholes as well. Okay, so now the third vehicle to be eliminated is going to be the Mark II Pessima.
Wait, that's not right. It's the 200BX.
No, it is the Mark II Pessima. Wait, what's going on? Oh dear. Okay, yeah. So, okay, pay attention.
Okay, I'm trying to. I thought that the 200BX was eliminated, but it's not, because of course somehow we did see the replay earlier, but I think we missed a significant point here that the Mark II Pessima had got incapacitated, meaning that it couldn't cross the line.
Well, that was an upset. So you can see that it looks like there's some issues with the front wheels of the Pessima seems to, I think in that collision.
Yeah, with the collision that happened earlier with the Roma, oh goodness, Derek doing his usual delicate driving. So in that collision earlier between the Mark II Pessima and Jay Rintel in the Roma, it seemed to have damaged the front axle. You could see it's flopping all over the place.
Yeah, that's right. I think that's what happened. So although the Abdul in the 200BX came last of the running vehicle, oh dear, Derek doing his usual hopeless attempt of pulling damaged cars to the pit lane.
Yeah, so 200BX managed to save that because, of course, it was the Mark II Pessima that was eliminated because it got incapacitated.
Oh dear. So Dancehall Gamer and the Pessima Mark II is the next vehicle to be eliminated.
Yeah, we really should pay more attention. So Heat 4, 5 vehicles now. So Oblique MD is in first position in the H series, followed by Exo Ace is in second place, Tobias in third, Jay Rintel in fourth, and Abdul in fifth.
Yes, sorry about that. Yes, so Abdul has made it through another heat.
Yeah, it's been a valiant effort, like we were saying before, but I know that there's been a lot of issues with the 200BX spinning out and being hit by other vehicles. Oh, look at this! The rivalry continues. The Mark I Pessima, driven by Tobias, and the Marshal, driven by Exo Ace, seem to be fighting a lot. It's been a massive rivalry.
Yeah, we need some V8. So the V8's getting back going again, and I'm sure Exo Ace is going to show the Mark I Pessima what for.
Okay, meanwhile there's a battle between the two JDM cars.
Yeah, they're nothing. I mean, the two little hair dryers cannot take down Jay Rintel in the V8 Roma. I'm pretty sure they can't.
They're trying, though. They're trying. Meanwhile, Exo Ace is catching up. Oh, and a big hit in the back of the 200BX. Oh no, friendly fire as the Japanese Mark I Pessima spins out the 200BX.
Yep, so the Marshal has managed to get into second position. Meanwhile, Oblique MD in the van has crossed the line for the first lap, so well safe at the moment.
Yep, so we've got to look at what's going on in the back of the pack. But, I mean, meanwhile, the age-long rivalry between the Pessima Mark I and the Marshal is still ongoing, but there is another vehicle.
Whoa, look at the jump by Exo Ace in the Marshal. What a great jump.
Meanwhile, Oblique MD still going in the van. A bit of sliding there. Looks like to me the Mark I Pessima is catching up. What's another fight?
Come on then, fight. Oh my goodness, what a jump by the Roma.
So there's just so much going on. So in last position at the moment, I'm afraid, is Abdul in the 200BX. So there's a risk of...
These two are fighting like crazy. The Pessima and the Marshal have got a big rivalry going.
Yeah, but meanwhile, it looks like in last position, with the risk of being eliminated, is Abdul in the 200BX.
Oh, he's rolled! Oh my goodness, he's rolled. Abdul's rolled in the 200BX.
Okay, meanwhile, the Marshal, driven by Exo Ace, and the Mark I, driven by Tobias, having a battle. I think what happened in one of those big jumps we briefly saw was, again, like we saw in the qualifying, the Marshal just goes flying and lands awkwardly, and it really messes up the front of the vehicle and causes all sorts of trouble.
So, all these three, so the Gavril H series, the Gavril Roma, the Ibishu Pessima Mark II, and the Gavril Marshal has crossed the line. That means that the Ibishu 200BX, driven by Abdul. Oh goodness, here we go. I apologise in advance.
Yeah, we apologise about that, Abdul, with the 200BX. Oh, accidentally, we thought you were eliminated in the last race when you weren't. It was a Mark II Pessima. But this time, so this is what, Heat 5, I think. So what a valiant effort this time. We'll continue to say what we were saying earlier. So it looks like it's been all against the 200BX ever since the qualifying. So I think there's been, I know it's not a win, but it's a valiant effort nonetheless.
Yeah, you're slurring a bit there. You meant valiant effort nonetheless.
Yes, thank you for that. Yes, thank you for the correction. So Derek is driving carefully, we might add, because this is a classic. We don't want any further damage done to the 200BX. Otherwise, Abdul won't be happy. I'm sure he might be complaining to the AI Racing series.
You can write to PO Box 814 AI Racing series complaints to the complaints department. I think that's what you might want to do.
Yes, so Derek is doing his best to take this car delicately back to the paddock. Oh dear, oh Derek, please don't damage it any more than you have to.
Derek. Yeah, so as I say, to PO Box 812 Complaints AI Racing Series. That might have been a different address, but never mind.
Anyway, okay, so the 200BX is the next vehicle to be eliminated. Meanwhile, Derek drives back. Oh dear, this is looking like a right mess, isn't it? So the 200BX is the next vehicle eliminated.
The paddock is looking like a mess. I think we need to send off Derek to some sensitivity training.
Okay, Heat 5, 4 vehicles. So we're on board with Exo-Ace in the Marshal here to get a view from the back of the pack. There are only 4 vehicles now.
Oh dear, yeah, so the rivalry between the hairdryer and the V8 Marshal is still going.
I think you mean Tobias and the Mark 1 Pessima. I think that's what you mean.
Well, yeah, whatever. But there's 3 V8s here, and there's one little hairdryer that has no reason to be here, honestly.
What do you mean he's had no reason to be here? The Mark 1 Pessima has done well staying in and not being eliminated through all of the heats. So it's now Heat 5, and I think it's well deserved.
There we go. So Exo-Ace in the Marshal has managed to overtake Tobias in the Mark 1 Pessima. That means that currently Jay Rintel is in first place in the Roma, second is BeamNG in the van, and then it's Exo-Ace in the Marshal, who looks like that transition between the dirt and the tarmac is causing him some trouble.
Yes, so that means that currently it's Tobias in the Mark 1 Pessima who is at risk of being eliminated as they pass the Tree of Wisdom.
Yes, I don't think he's got much chance. I mean, I'll give it to him. I'll give it to the Pessima Mark 1.
Crossing the line for the first lap.
I'll give it to him. It's been a valiant effort as well by the little Pessima Mark 1.
Yeah, so the power to weight ratio is quite good. Oh no, look what's going on here now. Oh my goodness. Okay, now the question is, can Tobias make the most of this situation and get out of last position?
Okay, meanwhile, Jay Rintel in the Rome is way out of trouble and is just heading off there, and it looks like he's got it in the bag. It's the second lap. A little bit of sliding on the dirt there. Oh, it's a Pessima sandwich. A Pessima sandwich. I'm wondering if we'll get a Pessima roll.
Oh dear. Is that what you're after? Is it? I mean, I can imagine... I wonder if we'll see any more rolls now, because we've got less vehicles on the track. Oh dear, it's almost at a standstill here. It's Jay Rintel staying out of trouble in the Roma and is ready, almost about to cross the line. I think he's passing the Tree of Wisdom.
Yes, the Tree of Wisdom. Now, we should ask the Tree of Wisdom if the Tree of Wisdom thinks that these other 3 vehicles are going to unstick themselves so they can actually get going.
Okay, the question is no currently. we cut back to the Roma crossing the line, so the Roma is now safe.
Oh, wait, whoa. What's going on here? Okay, so they managed to split up, and I think...
Oh, wow. In your face.
What do you mean, in my face? The Pessima is not going to stay in safe for very long. Oh, look at that. The V8s managed to pass the Pessima.
Try and say that 10 times fast. So, now, oh my goodness, look at the camber on the rear left wheel of the H-Series. It looks like there's some trouble there.
Yeah, but it's no problem. It's built to last, and I'm sure that the H-Series is not going to have any trouble at all.
Yep, so the Grand Marshal driven by Exo-Ace coming down the final home straight to cross the line, followed by the H-Series who's also crossed the line. So I'm afraid that means that, again, a valiant effort, but Tobias in the Mark 1 Pessima has now been eliminated.
Yep, it's the hairdryer. The hairdryer didn't stand a chance against the V8s.
Oh, no, it's got a great power to weight ratio, and the Pessima Mark 1 has been doing really well. So that means now that the Pessima Mark 1, driven by Tobias, has been eliminated. That leaves us with 3 vehicles left.
Yep. There you go, with the dramatic music. The Pessima Mark 1 has been eliminated.
It certainly has, but again, like with all these the people being eliminated, it's the way that it has to be, but don't forget to stay and maybe try and choose another vehicle for the next race.
Okay, we're going. Okay, so the Roma driven by Jay Rintel's in first position, followed in second place by the Marshal driven by Exo-Ace, and then BeamNG in the H-Series at the back.
Yeah, so currently the H-Series is at risk of being eliminated unless unless the H Series can sort of overtake the Marshal. Yep, so, well, actually, how are you thinking here? Because, of course, you normally love the V8s, and now there's 3 V8s.
Well, it's expected, really. I knew the V8s were going to make it through. Meanwhile, okay, so the Marshal is overtaking the Roma driven by Jay Riddle. Like, there is a battle. Oh my goodness, it looks like Oblique MT is also trying to take advantage of that situation by also overtaking the Roma. And oh my goodness, they both passed. Okay, so
There's still the battle is still going on. Jay Rintel is not taking it lying down, and he's fighting the H Series. Oh my goodness, it looks like the battle has been won by the Roma, driven by Jay Rintel, and has managed to pass Oblique MD in the H Series.
Yet, meanwhile, the powerful looking, probably the favourite is the Marshal. We saw it do quite well in the qualifying.
Actually, no, it didn't. I mean, the problem was that what we just saw was the problem, because the Marshal is too powerful, too fast for its own good, and over that jump, often it lands awkwardly and it ruins up the steering.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, it's a powerful looking vehicle, and now you can see that the Marshal has slowed right down, partly because of that awkward landing off that jump.
Yes, I mean, oh goodness, these two are knocking each other. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen here, because the Roma and the H Series have some good suspension travel. Oh my goodness, oh look at the Roma going out on the left to try and overtake. Can the Roma overtake? Driven by Jay Rintel is now trying to overtake the Marshal.
Yep, I think this is the last bend here. Oh, look at this. Is this going to be an upset? Oh dear. The Roma driven by Jay Rintel has almost managed to spin out the Marshal and has forced its way through.
Oh, look at this. Is this an upset? Oh no. The Marshal looked pretty strong, but now literally the home straight, and the Marshal is now in last position as Jay Rintel crosses the line. Oh, this is close.
Well, that was close, but you can see that the H Series was just a hair in front of the Grand Marshal driven by XOA. So that means that the next vehicle eliminated is the Grand Marshal driven by XOAs.
Valiant effort. So now we're down to the final heat 7, just 2 vehicles.
So this is going to be interesting because both these vehicles are big and powerful and strong. They've got a lot of suspension travel, which of course helps them over the jumps.
Yeah, and they both got kind of off-road tyres, so I mean it's probably most of the track is probably dirt, to be honest. So as they've both got off-road tyres, they've got high suspension, and a lot of suspension travel. So I think that they've both got a good chance.
Yeah, I guess that's why they've made it now into the final heat, because they've. Oh, look at the jumping around by Jay Riddle now. If the Roma just has to make a slight problem. Oh my goodness! Okay, the H Series is coming up quick. Now the question is, can there? Oh, a lot of dirt there. All we can see is dirt.
Just can the H Series capitalise? Driven by Oblique MD, can Oblique MD capitalise on the sliding that Jay Rintel in the Roma has been doing?
Yeah, it's pretty close. I mean, it looks like that gap is staying pretty level. I mean, the gap is not really increasing or getting any smaller. So this is an interesting one. I don't know whether the H Series is going to be able to make up that space.
Yeah. Or the other thing. Oh, Jay Rintel crosses the line, followed by the H Series driven by Oblique MD.
So anything can happen. I mean, the question is if Jay Rintel makes any sort of mistake and can Oblique MD take advantage of that, and otherwise, in last position, it means that the H Series is going to be eliminated.
Yeah, that was quite a hard jump, just on the top of that ramp, where it depends how they land, but they hit the tarmac pretty hard, and I know that can damage the oil pan, but they're both running quite strong.
Yeah, but I don't think these vehicles have much trouble with the oil pan since they've got some good suspension trouble. That sounds quite bad when they hit the ground.
Bit the back end out by the Roma, but so has the H Series has the back out as well. Okay, so round the final bend and the Tree of Wisdom.
Yeah, it's looking like to me that Jay Rintel in the Roma has it in the bag. Now we're heading into the home straight. We're on the home straight. We've got another jump here.
Yep, nice jump by the Roma, nice and under control as he goes to the home straight and crosses the line.
Yep, so that means that Oblique MD again real good, strong effort. Managed to get to the 7th heat before getting eliminated. So well done, BeamNG, coming in 2nd place overall.
So the Gavril Hate series, driven by BeamNG, is the final vehicle being eliminated for race 1.
Yep, so that means that Jay Rintel in the Roma has managed to get through right to the end of the heats and be the only vehicle not being eliminated. So that means that Jay Rintel in the Roma will now come back in race 9.
Yes, that's right. So the winner of race 1 is the Gavril Roma, Jay Rintel.
Yep, thank you so much for being involved, everyone. It's been a long time coming, but we've had a lot of fun with this, and we're so excited to be back.
We are excited to be back, and I can't wait to see what the next class is going to be, but it's always a lot of fun.
Meanwhile, we've got Jay Rintel and the Roma probably about to do some celebratory donuts, even though the car, one or two of the tyres is down. I think it's just the front right tyres seem to be popped. That doesn't matter, the V8 can push through that. Some donuts by Jay Rintel, the winner of race 1.
Yeah, so I can't wait to see what the next class is going to be, but don't forget that if you want to be the driver of one of these vehicles, don't forget to check out the AI Racing Series Buster Bootlace Discord server to see what the next cars will be. The first come, first serve, and you'll be able to, if you're the first person to claim a vehicle, you will be the next driver.
Yes, I think I can't wait to see. We're going to do like supercars or off-road, I don't know, but I can't wait to see the race 9 when all of the races are done, and we're going to have the winner from each class pit together for a fight to the end for the ultimate season 2 winner. I can't wait to see who that's going to be.
Yeah, so stay tuned. We're going to have the qualifying for the next class coming very soon. Be sure to stay tuned, and we can't wait to see you in the next one. See you in the next one.